Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Deacon yells at Sheila. Following Ridge and Brooke's reconnection, Taylor is making an effort to move on. Brooke visits Taylor's workplace, but it's easier said than done. Brooke knows Taylor is devastated, but she is glad to be back with Ridge. She reminds Taylor to be optimistic in an attempt to defuse the situation. Brooke reminds her longtime adversary, even though you're okay, things could turn around in a heartbeat. When Taylor finds a new love interest, may her heartbreak change. News of Luna's survival begins to circulate elsewhere. Deacon is the most recent to discover the truth. He is shocked by the news, but not as much as when he finds out that his wife Sheila was aware of it. A furious Deacon lashes out at Sheila for not telling him about this. Sheila will make an effort to clarify her reasoning, but Deacon will only become more irate. Sheila and Deacon's disagreement over Luna may be the final straw that ends Deacon's marriage. Speaking of Luna, she's thrilled to be carrying Will's child. Luna is preparing for the future while the bundle of joy keeps her out of jail. She informs Bill that they will become a family with Will and their child. Bill is already upset, but Luna's statement enrages him even more. Bill screams that Lee ought to have spared him the trouble by letting Luna die. Luna is alarmed by the threat and appears to be terrified. As Luna deals with the fallout from her most recent behavior, she will be given a dose of reality. What will Bill and the Spencers do is the question. Will's confession and Taylor's attempt. Katie is reassured by Hope that Electra is deserving of love and joy. Sheila is accused by Lee of supporting Luna. When Deacon hears something he shouldn't have, he starts to worry for Sheila. As they work through personal and professional obstacles, Deke, Harrison Cone, and Remy reaffirm their relationship in spite of the mayhem. Deacon insists that Sheila tell the entire Luna story. Bill tries to patch things up with Katie while securing his house. Steffi and Hope are engaged in a new fashion war. Annika Noel, who portrays Hope Logan, hinted that the relationship between Steffi and her alter ego would alter. Despite her dislike of pitting women against each other, Noelle made it apparent that their truce would not endure. The underlying rivalry will always exist. They will always be compared to one another. But if they aren't always at each other's throats, it allows for more possible twists and turns. When Steffi gets back, the shift might be different. For Liam's benefit, Hope and Steffi decided to get along. His medical diagnosis turned out to be a fabrication, part of a plot by Grace to settle her husband's gambling debts. Given that Ridge broke up with Taylor and reconnected with Brooke, Steffi and Hope are probably going to end their truce. Steffi would probably defend her parents, but Hope will stand by hers. Meanwhile, there will soon be even more competition at Forrester Creations. Deke is also linked to Hope because he is a long-lost relative of Deacon. The Forresters might be irritated if he helped bring Hope for the future back to B&B. The topic of rival fashion houses is also discussed. Nick's son Jack, who works for Forrester International, might accompany him back. Nick took over Marone International in the interim. He could be able to persuade his son to cooperate with him, particularly if he intends to overthrow Ridge. But let's get back to Steffi and Hope. The development of their friendship was enjoyable. Because they both loved Liam, the two became close. However, when Steffi learns that Liam wants Hope back despite her engagement to Carter, that will change. No one is supporting Brooke and Ridge because of this. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, it appears that not many people are genuinely supporting Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan. The main reason for this is that it feels like the same story is being told repeatedly. Nobody thinks that Brooke and Ridge's relationship is predetermined. Rather, they have only reconnected because there doesn't seem to be anyone else in this made-up Los Angeles town. Well, not for Brooke anyway. In addition, Ridge may not be genuinely in love with Brooke, but he was never in love with Taylor. As our devoted readers are aware, there was a lot of discussion about the issue on the internet. Brooke and Taylor talk, Deacon blows, and Bill's threat. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a teaser clip for the week of has been made public. It depicts Luna Nozawa being threatened by Bill Spencer. Sheila Carter Sharp is the target of Deacon Sharp's rage. In addition, Taylor Hayes will face Brooke Logan Forrester. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Let's start with Luna. who will not stop telling Bill that she intends to keep the child. The young woman also boasts that she will be Will Spencer's lifelong partner. Me and our baby, Luna continues. At that point, Bill informs Luna that she is nasty, cunning, and evil. Lee Finnegan ought to have abandoned Luna to perish, the man adds. When Bill abruptly remarks that it would have spared him the trouble of doing it himself, Luna's smirk disappears. Luna can see by the expression on her face that Bill is serious. I could see the man killing Luna with his bare hands, pregnant or not, because he is so furious about her nasty behavior. According to spoilers for the upcoming week, of The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon and Sheila are also featured in the promo trailer. Everyone else will now know that Sheila told Lee that she knew Luna had an affair with Will after the fact. Reminding his wife that she knew Luna was alive but chose to keep quiet, Deacon loses it. Sheila was aware that Deacon wouldn't comprehend and would become quite agitated. However, Deacon won't care much about that. Sheila's acts are seen by the man as a total betrayal. The Luna bombshell seemed to have the potential to ruin Sheila and Deacon's marriage, despite their intense love for one another. According to spoilers, Deacon turns to Taylor of all people for counseling later in the week. In relation to Taylor, she receives an unexpected guest. Brooke can be seen entering Taylor's office in the preview video. Even though you are fine, things could change drastically in a heartbeat, Brooke explains. What does Brooke mean by that, I wonder? Fans are eager to see Taylor with a new romantic partner. Regardless, would Taylor and Deacon be able to help one another get through their heartbreaks? Which plot thread do you most want to see throughout the upcoming week? Deacon threatens to kill Luna after exploding over Sheila's secret. In the most recent trailer for Bold and Beautiful, Bill is furious with the girl he also saved, and Lee has started to regret ever giving Luna another chance at life. Furthermore, despite being Mrs. Rich Forrester, Brooke seems to be aware that her husband's situation could alter at any time. Thomas lost it over Brooke's finger, and told her that neither her nor his mother's story would finish like this. Brooke must be aware of his correctness on some level. Even though you are okay, things could turn around in a heartbeat, she says, checking in on Taylor. Why else would she do this? Don't tell us that Taylor's broken heart syndrome will resurface. Everyone went crazy when Luna revealed she was pregnant. Even Lee, who had devoted her life to saving her granddaughter, was prepared to murder her. Sheila had to acknowledge that a Spencer baby was a terrific way to acquire a jail card after Lee told her about the turn of events. However, because Deacon is upset with his wife, Sheila will have to deal with the fallout from her most recent secret next week. Following the dramatic disclosure of Luna's pregnancy and everyone's conviction that it was just another of her falsehoods, Bill pulled Luna to his house so they could argue. If she was even pregnant, he insisted that she undergo an abortion, but Luna refused. Loony Luna firmly believes that Will change his mind, and that they will all grow up to be a happy family. Bill becomes enraged at that point, believing that Lee should have saved him the bother by leaving her to die. Bill won't actually permanently remove Luna, will he? Luna's obsession intensifies while Elektra and Will make love. Will and Elektra make out and declare their love at the Forrester guest home. He has a flashback to the previous night's intercourse when Elektra assures him that nothing will ruin their evening. Elektra hopes tonight will be worth the wait after more gushing. Carter watches clumsily as Beth leads her parents in organizing a picnic at Forrester. Hope is taken aback when Carter requests a private conversation with Liam, but she complies by bringing Beth across the hall. Hope and Carter have been praying for Liam's recovery. Carter informs him. Liam makes the cryptic pledge that he will be here to stay. Carter informs him that he plans to act swiftly in order to pursue a future with Hope. Liam inquires as to if a date has been selected and expresses amazement that they are still intending to get married. Carter says hedgingly. Soon Ivy enters the design office as Beth is flaunting like a supermodel. Ivy and Hope pass Liam, who is on the verge of passing away, as Beth goes behind the screen to change. Ivy talks about how they used to be close. There is only one woman for him, despite her wish that they may have a future together. You are that woman. Hope finds out that Liam wants Ivy and let her down easily. Ivy is in favor of leaving Carter and giving Liam another opportunity. Hope and Beth welcome Liam, and she tells her father to go stand with her mother while she gets ready for a new clothing. When Hope asks what Carter said, Liam responds that they discuss finding your one and your person. Carter wants to spend his life with you, Liam says. You are his one. Though he doesn't actually believe that, he respects that. I believe I am. As Beth joins them and expresses the feeling, he emphasizes the idea of being a family. Luna is certain that Sheila is mistaken about Electra, and Will taking things to the next level at Lee's house. Sheila threatens to return to jail if Will finds out about her. Will loves Electra, but she doesn't want to hurt her. They argue until Sheila loses patience. I have no doubt that this is Will and Electra's night, she says. Luna is certain that Electra will not follow through, and will continue to manipulate Will. She wishes Sheila to understand that Electra is mistaken, and she is correct for Will. Sheila reiterates that Will is unaware of her existence. Just then, Will and Electra start taking off their clothes. When they eventually get into bed and make love, he promises to keep her heart safe and to earn her affection. Luna is informed by Sheila that she will need to establish a new life elsewhere. Luna gloats about Will discovering they made love, and then leaving Electra, completely disregarding her. She will get him because she wants him. Will is her future, and she will not be deterred by anyone, least of all Electra Forrester. Now that they're back at the guest house, Electra and Will are talking about how wonderful their experience was, and how it was worth the wait. Knowing that she is the only one for him makes Electra make sure to express how extra wonderful it is. Will tells her she loves her after having a guilt-ridden flashback to the previous evening.